All right, all right, all right. Good morning and happy Monday to all. I hope you guys are enjoying your Monday thus far. We're going to jump right into it, but I'm going to allow a few more people to come on in so they don't miss the party, all right? But you guys know what to do already. While you're waiting, hit the like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shari. Y'all know what time it is. Hit that like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel because I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Listen, y'all make it do what it do, what it do, what it do. And remember to speak when you walk on in the chat because ain't nobody sleep with you last night. If you haven't had a pleasure to follow me on all platforms at Shari's Reality number 6, please do. Okay. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, even Patreon, all of the good things. Okay, follow me there. If you haven't had a chance to follow my backup page, you can do that also on all platforms at Shari's Reality Family. Okay, this is not a chat for children, so unfortunately, if you are a child, you have to exit stage left. Hello to all my newcomers, flip floppers, and day ones. What's up, and lottie dottie to everybody. Hey y'all, what's up? Let's see who's in the chat. Haley, what's up? Ice did Sunny. Welcome to the chat. I like that. What's the meaning behind that name? I'm just curious. You don't gotta tell me if you don't want to, but I'm just curious. Andrea, what's up, boo? Welcome to the trap. But look, trap. Chat. Welcome to the chat. Patricia T. Quanta B. What's up? V Jackson. Cupcake. What's up? Overcomer. Sweet. Vern, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. S. White. Danielle, what's up? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Happy Monday. We have so much to cover. And just to think, y'all, listen. Y'all know I always got to give y'all an update on my babies, okay? That's what my family chat is supposed to be about. But I'm going to tell y'all over here anyway, okay? I had a busy weekend, okay? I helped my son with his party on Saturday night. I didn't get into almost 3 a.m. And you don't feel it when you out there and you help it. But baby, when I got home, the bottom of my feet was rubbing, girl. I said, you are definitely over 30, child, because my feet was hurting so bad, but I didn't feel it while I was there. Not to mention my other son was here for a few days, and he had to be back to the airport. So when I had to take him back to the airport Sunday morning because I guess his ride didn't work out, but that was cool, right? I enjoy every moment with my children, and my oldest is 23, okay, or he'll be 23 rather, okay. But when I tell y'all I be sweating my kids, I be sweating my kids, right? Because I get to see the girls often, but I don't get to see the boys often because they always got something going on. But when I tell y'all I slept all day yesterday, I slept all day yesterday. Sis was tired. Well, I told myself I'm going to be live. I said, baby, I ain't going to be able to do it. I ain't even pre-record nothing, which is not like me, okay? But when I tell y'all I was tired, I was tired. So I feel like because I had to get up at 4 a.m. to get to work by 5, I feel like I'm rejuvenated now, but I can't make no promises. I'm telling y'all, I am in this joint dragging, okay? Yes, 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 I'm dragging, but I feel like God is bringing me around now. That's right. Already hit the like button. So we get into the good stuff. You guys, I don't got to stop the video, start the video back up, hit the like button, y'all. Yeah, just do it now because we're running into, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. I think I want to even bring back web shenanigans. Web shenanigan is just, where we just cover a host of things throughout the web and we talk about it briefly. I think we're going to incorporate that somehow. But we're going to talk about this right now. Hey, Lisa, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat, boo. And the other thing is, y'all, let me tell y'all how somebody jumped in the comment section of the last live that I did. And I have to tell y'all, my feelings aren't really easily hurt. I tell y'all all the time, I love y'all. I really, really do. But my feelings don't get really easily hurt. I just take it accordingly. And one of the things I have to tell you guys, you can write me a 5-paragraph essay because I'm going to read it. I'm going to be honest. I'm a reader, right? But here's the thing. I might only be able to take 3 of the 51 things you put in that conversation. And when I put a heart by your comment or I hit the like button by your comment, that oftentimes mean I agree. I just want you to know that I saw it and I acknowledge it. So you never know what the heart meant. But somebody read me for filth. Y'all hear me? When I say they read me for filth, they did. And I got so bored in reading the whole comment because it was long. I said, Lord, I done missed the concept of this conversation. And I chuckled. When I say I got on the phone with my sister, I said, girl, I think I just got cursed the hell out. I said, girl, I think I just got cursed the hell out. She said, where? I said, on YouTube. I had to think about, was they cursing me out because it was so long? So if you're going to curse me out, do yourself a favor and make it short tense so I can remember what the conversation was about because it was so long, I forgot why you was mad at me. I would love to tell you I don't care, or I can tell you maybe you misinterpreted what I said, or maybe you need to go back and listen to the whole video. But baby, they read me for filth. And I just want to tell you, shorten it up just a little bit so that I can stay with you in the conversation because you lost me along the way. That's all I got to say about that. Hey, Paula, how are you? Sparkle in the building. What's up? Oh no, not at all, Lee. I could never. God has been too good to me. Okay. And I mean that in my shana. Okay. He's been good to me and I am going through it. Okay. When I say I'm going through it from the last time my lives was popping, I'm still going through it right now as we speak. But I'm still standing and I'm still walking the test and I'm still coming and showing up each and every day because his promises are not in void, right? So I stand on that, okay? But I just thought I'll let y'all chuckle with me. That was funny as hell, okay? 85 watching, likes not matching. Let's go, guys. We got 95 in the chat. You guys can do it. We're coming up on our 10-minute mark, and that is where the conversation is about to start, okay? Y'all, listen, just hit the like button. It costs you nothing. That's free. And I dang sure don't want to be putting it on subs only, right? I feel like that's like kind of like pushing y'all too much. I feel like that'd be pushing y'all too much. So look, y'all, before we get to the goods of the goods, look at Porsha over here doing it up. I said, is that Porsha? Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I am not a favor of Simon, okay? I feel like Simon is a bully. right? And I feel like maybe Porsha could have did things a little bit better. I do. However, I don't think Porsha's losing any sleep by not being with Simon. I know it's a lot of male identified content creators that believe that she losing out here. I beg to differ. Okay, sis looking sexy. Look at her, looking like a piece of snack. Porsha ain't losing no sleep. Okay, and here's the thing: what we all gotta realize is whether she's hurt and could go back and be like, yo, I should have did this differently. I shouldn't have slept with this girl husband. Because she did. That's a fact, right? She slept with this girl husband. Rather that or not, we are here now, right? He owed her the money that he due in the divorce. And if he don't pay up, there's consequences. Now, I don't know the rules for a man that's outside of the country. I don't know that because I'm not a lawyer, nor do I know the terms. But what I do know is people acting like the ruling was made, like it was made up. It was pulled out her tail. The judge ordered this, guys. So let's be cool, right? Let's be cool and just see it for what it is, okay? She ain't do nothing to finkle with the ruling. Okay, the judge honored the prenup. So all of this, she thought she was slick. She did this. Maybe she did plan it out to the T, but it didn't break any rules enough for the judge not to order the ruling. So you can appeal it, and if it work out for your favor, then you'll be okay. But if it don't, then she'll be okay, right? But at the end of the day, y'all stop pointing it like she. Simon is the listen, man, y'all almost made me call on Jesus' name right here on this live, okay? Simon is the devil himself, okay? Now, I don't believe that Porsha is perfect, but she is that girl, and we have to give her all the flowers for that, okay? Did she plan it out? Yep. But she didn't do anything illegal, and the judge saw fit. So let's see it for what it is, and y'all be cool, you male-identified folks, okay? Here we go with another one, guys. Summer Walker done got herself a sugar daddy. Say, sugar daddy, he's my sugar daddy. Okay. Summer Walker got herself a sugar daddy. Not only did she pop out with him, she popped out with him at the VMAs, okay? She says, wait a minute, when they said, give me a kiss, that face right there said, don't you touch me. You know we only doing this for a season, right? She did not want that man, in my opinion, to touch her. But look, this is her dude. This is what she does. She said, y'all dudes, y'all young, gonna stop playing with me. And now I got myself a sugar daddy, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Summer said, I got me one. I got me one. I didn't upload, dang, that sucks. I thought I had another picture on here, but I dang sure did not. That was a short little. Oh, here we go. This ain't the one, but we could talk about it since we're going into Love and Marriage Huntsville now. We'll talk about Bambi and Really Face. We'll talk about that at my later on live tonight, okay? We'll keep that for tonight, right? But listen, did y'all get when Tisha and Marsau telling the secret how they kept their marriage for 19 years? Did anybody get wind of it? Because, baby, it was a little portion in there that made me believe, just when I thought they had me, right? That's first of all. I thought they had me. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Look how she's looking at him. And he's actually looking back. I was like, oh, that's so dang on cute. Okay? But when he says something in there, he could have just, stuck to the script. She was reading from a screen, in my opinion, anyway, right? But for him, I was like, you know what? I believe him today. But when he said this one little piece, it made me believe. And just why she keeps saying, y'all did not bring me no proof. Y'all won't bring me no proof. So I'm not going to just get up and leave my husband. We're not asking you to, because we know that's not going to happen. That would be asking for too much, right? You've made it perfectly clear, no matter how much proof come out, that it's not real proof to you. We done saw back pics. We done saw Martell do a whole entire interview with an alleged side chick. Okay. He done went to Africa on you. You knew nothing about it. He needed a break. You just got to communicate. Hey, honey, I'm stressed out and I need a break. But I wish you would go to Africa on me, and I don't know nothing about it, right? So we've seen a host of things where it's the proof, right? So I don't know what kind of proof, if she's looking for Jesus to come down himself and stamp it on her desk, that she would need to say that Marsau had cheated on her or started a process and cheated. I don't know what else she would need, but I feel like what we have saw thus far has been enough proof, okay? I feel like that, but who am I? I'm just Shari, okay? Hey, Tip, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I'm sorry. Tisha not leaving this mofo if he cheated in front of her. No, he's not. She's not. Even the girl from the inbox that original Straight No Chaser had mentioned, and the girl was saying that they was set to link up, okay, until she declined the threesome, okay. So if that wasn't enough proof, okay, I don't know what would have. Sandra, what's up? Sunshine Rays, what's up? Yeah, so Tisha ain't going nowhere with this man. Okay, and I want y'all to hear them tell us about how they stayed married, but there's a little piece in there, and I want to see if y'all catch it. How they stayed married for 19 years, and shout out to them. Happy anniversary. 19 years is a long time. You got the good, you got the bad, you got the ugly, you got the in between. So shout out to them. However it looked to us, shout out to them. I'll be on my Porsha type time, okay? Remember when you asked me if I was crazy and I giggled? Don't play with me, okay? That's the type of time I'm on all 2025 and going into 2026. Don't play with me, okay? Don't do it to yourself. But we're going to listen to this one together. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Make sure Yes. I do. It's like your grandparents used to say back in the days. Make sure you can cook and clean and look sexy while doing it.
Well, look sexy is like cooking.
No, for real.
Cooking and cleaning, I can tell you that. No,
you married people my cooking.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, see.
No, I think the secret to being married 19 years is getting out that whole. I would leave them. Just
say what now, Marsau? I heard you loud and clear. Now remember that Wanda always saying Tisha ain't get that from her because she don't play none of that, okay? So now this girl gonna get on there and manipulate her. He probably doing it at home too, and manipulate her. Don't listen. We heard him do this all the time, right? Don't listen to the people that's telling you to leave. You, Tisha, they single. And we heard Tisha say that in the past, that she wanted to break the generation. I'm paraphrasing, right? She wanted to break the generational curse because all of her aunties and stuff basically is divorced or, not in a relationship. So she don't want to really listen to them because what can they teach her? And I get that to a certain extent, but by him just making that little statement that y'all heard, I will leave him. That tells me everything I need to know. He's probably taking that statement along and shoving it down Tisha's throat to the end of time. Keep listening to your aunties and your mother. You're going to be by yourself, Anime. You're going to be by yourself. You're going to be by yourself, honey. Listen, I will leave them. Baby, that's how y'all kept it? By her ignoring red flags and the signs? You ain't got to tell me no more. I heard every single thing I needed to hear. But let's continue, and happy anniversary to them again. I don't care for Tisha, but if she and Marsau wants to be married, then let them have it. Oh, absolutely have it. But it's conversation. We got to have it. I ain't married to him. I can care less. But let's continue to have the conversation, okay? But when he just said, leave him, that gave me everything that I needed to know, right? That explains why she says y'all ain't bring me no hardcore proof about my husband, right?
Yes.
Cooking and cleaning, I can tell you that. No,
you married people my cooking.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, see.
No, I think the secret to being married 19 years is getting out that whole. I would leave them. Just really sticking to it, fighting through whatever it is, loving the good times, weathering the storms, understanding there can be bad times, there can be times when you feel like you want to give up. And just looking at the person across from you that you love and saying, hey, listen, you're worth sticking it out. You're worth sticking out one more.
Secrets.
Okay, y'all heard it. I ain't make it up. They told us how to stay married for 19 years. Y'all could take what y'all can from that. As for me, I don't want that to be it, because now he talked about a lot of other things too. So let's be clear. He talked about just looking at that person and saying, hey, that person is definitely worth it. He said the good times and the bad times. So let's talk about that. And that is marriage, right? Marriage is good, bad, and indifferent. I get that. But that statement right there, that didn't sit well with me. And I take that to, my grave. That just don't sit well with me. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Yes, thank you so much for that. But yeah, so at the end of the day, he has a problem with her listening to other folks, but he doesn't listen to her. Okay. She continues to, plead and beg him a lot about, hey, could you hear me? Why did you ignore me? Don't say that. All of those things. And he continued to ignore her. Now, I don't know if it's because he don't feel like her advocating for herself is realistic, because Tisha has grown, right? That's what we do know, right? So I don't know if her advocating for herself is something new for him, so he can't take her serious, or it's like, play your position. When we marry, I told you you wouldn't have a say. Now, I'm not saying he said that, but I'm trying to understand, what is this whole just listen to me and we'll be good? Just stick with me and we'll be good. But when you start listening to other people, I will leave them. Then we got a problem, right? So that's where I can't get it from, okay? I've been married for 22 years and I ain't never went through the kind of mess and disrespect. Ooh, let me ping you, Cyber. Let me ping you, because I like this. All right, we can stamp this. Talk to me easy, okay? I've been married for 22 years and I ain't never, ever went through the kind of mess and disrespect she has experienced. Listen, this is not the key to marriage, guys. I know we want to make it, this ain't it, okay? I love the other pieces that he put in there, but he probably should have led it with those pieces. Not that I ain't leaving them, because I didn't buy it. Wants to have his cake and eat it too. Yeah. Yep. Okay, you guys are all speaking. I love that. Cece, what's up? Welcome to the chat. I probably need a water because I feel a little hoarse, but we're gonna keep talking. Proof won't change one thing. She is not leaving no matter what. No, I don't think so at all. 19 years married in the name only. She has been a single parent, as Marsau act like he is single. Yes. I would have, listen, it's so many things that he did that I would have just been left on. Even him talking about he gonna stay at one house and she stay at the other, baby. No, we ain't have none of that. Brittany, did I speak? If I didn't, welcome to the chat. Boo, welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. 191 in the chat. I love y'all the long way. What's up? All right, so now we are going to listen to, which one are we going to listen to first? I guess we can go on to Martell and Marsau. Let me say this, right? We're 23 minutes into the chat, and y'all know I be speed talking. I'm at the point with these people, if they like it, I love it. I know that's right, Britt. Tell them again. What y'all liking today, honey? Can I have a piece? So, all right. I one of the things that I dislike wholeheartedly about Martell, outside of his ignorance and his stalkish ways, is the fact that he thinks after he's done turning the hell up, poking holes in the wall, punching holes in the wall, kicking people down the steps, all of these bad behaviors, ignorant behaviors, disgusting behaviors, that things go back to normal, okay? We saw him do this on numerous occasions, even to Melody, okay, where he believed that he gets to keep showing up, poking at her, pressing up against her, pulling up at her events, popping up to her, like on her date when she was dating, all of these things. And then he wanted to go back to this healthy co-parenting state. But you done did all this all week long. Now all of a sudden I got to go back to this co-parenting box. You in that co-parenting. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way I will be coming. You don't get to dictate how this thing gonna go when you done showed your ignorant side all week long. That's the part I dislike about him. But also, he does it in his friendships, okay? He does it. Oh, they my kids, they my children. That's what he'll say to Arionne. And now he's to the point where he's telling Marsau that you my boy. How do you go back to being somebody's boy after doing a whole entire interview? Tasha K style, or maybe not. I I don't know whose style it was. It was the bootleg of Tasha K style, I guess. I don't know. But what I would say is you crossed the line, and they did too, right? But I would tell it all if you told my business too. They said you like men, not me. That's what they said. I don't know if it's true or not. That will be all grounds, whether it was true or not, and that's your secret that you want to take to the grave with you. They told your secret. So who still who still be friends with people that tell your top secret if that's true that that's your secret? Why are you still labeling the Scotts as your boys and your friends? You done some disgusting stuff to them and Tisha. You told how Tisha was banging your boy in the back of the Buick. Then you put a face to the trace. What the hell? What the hell, yo? Listen, that's what I couldn't get with. So why do you think now that you cooled off, you like simmered down a little bit, they now have to jump back in line to being your friend? All lines have crossed. All boundaries have crossed, okay? All gloves have already come the hell off. And at the end of the day, you don't get to dictate when the friendship is on or when the friendship is off. And I'm so happy about the episode where Marsau basically looked him in his face and was like, let's clear this up. We not boys. We ain't friends. We ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not your boy. Let's clear that shit up. Okay? That's what he said. And I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's like, how could you come back after all the dirt you had and even sit in the same vicinity with these guys and think that they're supposed to be in a space to just lick your toes? No, sir. It don't work like that. But I understand, you know why? Because Martell thinks that life revolves around him and him only. And he also thinks that he gets to turn it on and off when he wants to, because that's the way Arionne has allowed him to do things, and that's the way people in his circle has allowed him to do. Even his friendship with Destiny has allowed him to think that his behavior is okay, because she knows that if she don't agree with him and ride 10 toes down with him, he gonna dog walk her and tell all of her business, all the business, okay? We know enough of it, but trust me, Martell knows where the bones are buried, right? So she knows to stay on his good foot, because if she come off for a second, he gonna dog walk her with a special kind of leash, okay? Because here's the thing, he doesn't respect women. Nobody's safe, baby. Nobody's safe, okay? And anybody that's in the vicinity with Martell and think that you're safe, you're sadly mistaken, okay? He has no grace, no mercy for nobody. He puts things in his back pocket and he wait until you make your move, and he pulls out his best move yet. And that is what we're looking at the Marsau and the Scotts and the side chick and the threesomes, okay? Remember, they were the ones that were delivering money back and forth to Arionne for him, knowing that he was married. Do y'all think that favor was done for nothing? 220 in the chat. Y'all hit that like button. Do y'all think that favor was done for nothing? Absolutely not. Okay? That favor was done because he did something for them. And maybe it was this interview where the girl was saying that she had one in her mouth and one in her booty. I don't know. But what I do know is it wasn't done for nothing. And Martell has been waiting and waiting and waiting. And the Scotts have been making fun of his situation. And Martell is bitter as hell that he lost his wife. And he does try to blame everybody else for it. And he is trying to make everybody else lose what they have based on his terms, okay? Because you can't be messing up what God got for folks. That's not your position, okay? But what I do know is, Martell, you are trying to purposely sabotage everything that somebody else got because you just so butthurt that you are running around here with a side chick who's supposed to be your girlfriend, and now you're trying to play house with her, okay? And your wife done walked away, your ex-wife now, but nobody has to pay for that. You have to sit in that. And I feel like he's trying, the Scotts are no friends of mine, okay? But I feel like he's trying to make the Scotts pay for the fact that him and Mel are no longer together. That's what I feel wholeheartedly and my whole heart, okay? And he just looks so dumb. So dumb. Look at him. Look at bro. He said, who, me? Why, Mortimer? Why? Yes, you, sir. The one with the mud on your face. I know you go to sleep crying every single night. And you have a safe place to cry at because Arionne and you don't live together, so you can cry freely, okay? You can get all your tears out that you need to get out without feeling like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm crying over my ex. You can do that freely because you and your ex don't, you and your girlfriend who you put into nursing school don't live together, okay? Y'all just pop up on each other every now and then. I'm just saying. Okay. Nope. You keep my secret. I'll keep yours. Yes. Peace, love, and light. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Let me see. I gotta make it plain for the ones in the back because sometimes they be acting like they don't see Marty Moore. And listen, we could all have our preference, but let's just use basic knowledge. And a lot of times I think we put that away for I think we put that away because we like a certain person. And the reality of it is don't do that because that's not being true to yourself. That's actually pure ignorance. You are correct, Shar. And he wants everyone to lose because he lost Mel. Yes, and that's a dangerous person to be around. I was watching something on TikTok, right? And the boy, he's like wheelchair bound, right? And let me tell you all how dangerous this situation with Martell and the Scotts could be, right? Because Martell really is mad that they are still together and chose each other no matter what over top of him and Arionne. All he had to do was take the cuckoo out his mouth, okay? But he didn't want to take it out because it was just that dang on moist according to him, okay? And he didn't want to take the cuckoo out his mouth, so he lost everything. But let me tell you all this. The boy was on TikTok, 241 in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button. But check this. So the boy was on TikTok and people was asking him like, why are you like wheelchair bound? Like what happened? Like because he's so young. And my heart goes out to him. And I wish I had like the boy name, but I remember the story because it stuck out to me. But check it. So the boy was like, well, let me tell y'all how I got in this wheelchair. I went out with one of my friends. I was set up to go to, I guess he was like going to be drafted or like some type of professional ball player. But I don't know like what in the process he was. So him and his friends go out to celebrate. And he go out to celebrate with his best friend. And he was like, y'all, I don't know what the hurt is about. I don't know what the animosity was about. I never did anything to this guy but be good to him. He was like, we never had not one fight. We've been friends since middle school. Y'all, it hurt my heart. He said that the friend took him wherever they was at and he shot him 5 times, okay? Paralyzed for life. Listen, that was his best friend. So when people are jealous of you internally and you either know it or don't, right? If you don't, pray God will show you, right? But if you do know it, your job is to get the hell away from them, okay? Because this boy he was probably jealous of his career and where he was going. And he felt left out. So he decided, listen, I'm going to destroy you either way, how I can. I don't care if this ends my life. I don't care if I go to jail for the rest of my life. But you won't be playing. People that are envy you internally, get the hell away from them. They're not okay. They are not cool, okay? So let's not act like what Martell's doing is a phase. No, this is his real behavior in real life. He really is a sucker in real life, okay? He really is a jerk in real life. And when we talk about Arionne and his live later on tonight, so make sure your notifications are on. I'm going to show you how much of a sucker he really is, okay? But with that being said, he really is down and dirty in real life. So the best thing the Scotts can do right now is stay away from him. Real talk. He lost Mel. Now he's stuck with a bird. Oh, wow, Brittany. Yeah, so it's just one of those things where he don't mind losing anything because of this, okay? And he just looked dumb. He got mud on his face so heavily. He just looked stupid and dumb and weird and strange, okay? So that's where I sit at, okay? Let me see if I can pull up this little conversation. It's a clip from Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it is the Scotts basically Maurice basically telling him, yo, Brody. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. Let me mute you for 1 second. All right, I had to make sure I had these pictures uploaded, but yeah, so Martell is really in a space where he envies everything about everybody, okay? And like I said, the sad part about it all is that this is dangerous for anybody that comes into his inner circle, okay? His inner circle is just is where is it at right now, right? And it could be a lonely road for him because he doesn't care about anybody but himself. It could be a very, very, very lonely road for him. And I'm not praying for him, so I'll be lying if I told y'all that I was praying for him because I'm not. Okay, I'm just saying and just pointing out the fact that anybody that think that it's okay to sleep with him, to play with him, and think that he's a good guy, as Destiny will continue to say, you sadly mistaken. He has nothing to lose. Okay. Mel already said that Arionne don't have a car. He's taking her back and forth to nursing school. He's paying for her to go back and forth to nursing school. Somebody even mentioned that she ain't got a phone. Now I hope and pray that that is not the case, that the girl do got a phone. Because I hope and pray that the girl do got a phone. Yeah, but I hope and pray that she do got a phone. I was trying to get it up, but it's not working, so I'm just going to work it out. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Babs. How are you? Patricia T, I got you, but if I didn't, hello to you. Peggy Brown, what's up? Welcome to the chat. The Hunts family, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. Yeah, so that live yesterday with Arionne and Martell was pretty disgusting, but we're going to jump into Martell having this conversation with Marsau. Starting with Marsau basically reading Martell for filth, but he's also doing a whole lot of lying and carrying on, and we're going to go through that and dissect that as well. And like I said, this is one of those things where take what you can, believe who you want, but 1 + 1 has always been 2. We're going to make the math match. Okay, so let's continue to listen to that. Okay, let me put my phone on do not disturb because folks be calling me at the wrong time.
Yeah. A lot of coleslaw, a lot of sausage. I know that's right. Put slaw all over my dog.
People gave Arionne the nickname Coleslaw because he was inside you. And so me saying that I want some coleslaw is trying to get under his skin. But it's so easy to do. I'm the kind of guy that fights gas with fire. I like, when you're upset with me, I like to make you more upset.
I feel like there's something else between y'all that's
It's not, no, it's
unspoken. What is going on?
That's why, thank you, Will. That's what.
Now, let me be clear. It definitely is more going on. And Marsau can get under folks' skin. He specializes in that. Okay, so he's definitely making Martell ears in this moment be very perky. Okay, so Will is telling them, like, what else is going on for real, for real. Now, if that ain't disrespectful to tell your girl it's a whole lot of coleslaw, you know, in the mix, baby, I would have been already mad. But he don't really care about Arionne, in my opinion. So that's why it's not really bothering him like that. But Marsau definitely did hit below the belt. Let's continue to listen.
What's happening? all out. Everybody. I've been asking that for the past year. What you asked is a fair question. How did we get here? Right. This is what I thought. When Scott broke up, but you can't even say that because you never said that I had an issue with him, though, bro. You can't say that. Why did he get bought out? That's not what happened with the buyout then? Why did it even get there then? Because that was the thing that we had mentioned in the first beginning. Marsau, again, he couldn't find no job. He got let go from the goddamn movie theater. He was a manager and he couldn't find a job. And so therefore...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Martell said, y'all ain't going to keep poking at my girl and I ain't going to lay it out flat. Okay, Martell's laying it out flat as hell. Now he couldn't find a job. He was working at the movie theater. He got laid off. Child, he got a whole Christmas list out on Marsau. Wait a minute. Tread lightly, Marsau, because he ready. He came ready. As a matter of fact, he got cards in his back pocket. Nobody can tell me nothing different, okay? Let's continue to listen.
Start the business together. I said, by the time the business get up, he can buy me out because I don't want to continue on in store. That's not true. At the time that I worked at a movie theater, understand, I owned a 60-unit apartment complex, 12-unit.
Wait a minute. You was working at the movie theater and you had all this stuff going on. So why the hell you don't go back now when y'all supposed to have more stuff going on now? Why don't you go back to that movie theater? So I'm gonna rock with Martell on this one. I don't believe that you had all these things in play. A 12-unit apartment complex, because y'all correct me, am I wrong? Because I might be a little shaky. But I remember Mel and Martell mentioning the fact that they lived in one of their properties. So tell me how that he had all this stuff. Why he ain't gonna stay in one of them 12-unit properties that he had? I'm confused, okay? But I'm not confused, but I'm confused. So let's continue to listen because I know this nigga is lying, okay? But let's listen to his lies.
Complex, a 4-unit apartment complex, and like 10 homes. And I worked at the movie theater.
Now you lying. 10 homes, a 10-unit complex, a 12-unit complex. Oh, 4. No, he said 12, 4, and then 10 homes, and he worked at the movie theater. I don't believe you. That's just weird to me. I don't believe you. Because if all of those things was popping for you, Martell and Melody wouldn't have had to put you on to make y'all or try to have y'all win more money or gain more money rather, okay? So when exactly did you have all these things? I'm confused, okay? But let's continue to listen.
It's not adding up here on either side. There's nothing wrong with managing a movie theater. But at the same time, if you own all this freaking real estate that Marsau's saying he owned, then why would you even take the help from Martell? Well, no, they just keep going back and forth, and it's kind of hard to even get the truth.
Martell was
Now, wait. Fletcher said, tell somebody else. Fletcher said, say what now? What the hell you say again? Say that again, because it ain't making sense. Fletcher said, if you had all this stuff going for you, why the hell did you take Martell help in the first place? And that is exactly what my thoughts are. Anybody in this chat with a right state of mind, y'all probably thinking the same thing. Where do we stand with this, right? How did we get here? Why did Martell offer you help? In order for Martell to help you or offer you help is because he saw you in a down place, in a bad place, and y'all were friends at the point. And there's nothing wrong with saying you did help me while I was down. Just like when he borrowed that money from Marsau. Marsau said that he borrowed it. Martell was like, yeah, I did borrow it because he knew it was going to come out that he did. So I just feel like at this point, if they well established now and they got all this stuff with Scotts Manor and all those things, then just admit that you definitely was struggling at the movie theater, collecting movie theater tickets. I just don't get it, y'all. I just don't get it. But let's continue to listen.
Concerned. And he's like, bro, what you gonna do? You got a wife and some kids and you are going to work every day. What are you gonna do? Maybe we can do something. That's some friendly.
9 years ago, Martell.
Now, not your brother vouching for your enemy. Wait, why did Maurice come like, it ain't nothing wrong with saying that, you got some help from your bro. Wait a minute. When Marsau was over here saying that is a lie, a complete lie. Baby, me and my brother would have to have a moment on the sideline because why is you vouching for my enemy? But he definitely did just throw Marsau under the bus because he know that Marsau is lying. But let's continue to listen.
I decided we were going to go in business together called Scope. We were going to do residential and commercial construction. Things didn't go so well. We ended up going in different directions. And Martell was trying to sell it that he was doing me a favor by getting me in the business with him. So what he's doing now is trying to rewrite history because deep down, he's always thought that he was better than me.
The beef is very simple.
Now, I can see that he can't say nothing to you now, but I can see why he thought he was better than you if he was with Mel, because they were show stopping, right? But right now, he at the bottom of the scum, right? So tread lightly. And I guess by him giving you guys the help that he alleges that he gave you guys, and you guys denying it now, that will put him in a position to think, I'm better than him. You know, they needed me. Me and my wife at the time helped him. You know what I mean? So I can see where, you know, Martell have some little cockiness on his shoulder. I definitely can see that. Let's continue to listen.
Martell got caught cheating, and the decides he's going to drag everyone else down. He continues to make bad decisions in his life, and he blames others for his bad decisions, right?
No.
And so we'll talk about the problem is this, though. Martell always seen me as just not on the right level. And it's not until he starts seeing this start rising and him start falling that he wants to bring down. So he got so much to say. Well, they do this, they do this, they do this. No one else is and no one ever said anything about it, and he cannot prove it. He can't say one thing.
It took me 4 years now.
On the 10th year anniversary, I made 2 jokes. They're busy.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think Marsau is hurt right now, okay? He's hurt right now that Martell went so low. I can understand that you can't tell nobody how low to go, right? With the news that y'all put out about him, okay? With the news that he put out about y'all, it got really, really, really ugly. But you see Marsau, he do stutter on a regular, but he's stuttering more now. He's hurt by this, okay? And just by him saying, I only made 2 jokes, I'm like, oh, that's a shame. He like, basically he's saying nothing warranted you to go as far as you went. I only made 2 jokes. Now remember, this is where it all came out at because the Scotts kept poking at him online and he was like, okay, since all jokes on me, let's do it. Let's run it back. But let's continue to listen, okay?
Well, Martell been a busy little bee. We're laughing about that. Why y'all think that the Holtz wouldn't celebrate their 10 years? Based on recent conversations, one of us been a little busier than the other.
You're so funny.
Somebody's been a little busy me. What does that mean? Martell's cheating. Martell came back and later said, well, you know, that kind of disturbed me. I said, you know what? Y'all were making light of the situation, so I was making jokes of it. However, I wouldn't want you to do that to me. My bad. And I ain't said since then. But then he goes on interviews and national blogs and Marisa Marshall, and he's always got my name in his mouth.
I never showed I had a problem with Marsau. And the only reason I'm coming at him now, and now coming at Tisha, because of the lies they've been telling. And I'm like, bro, you gotta stop. You need a whole interview. What did you get for it?
Satisfaction?
You got that right.
But now hold on. I'm glad he said you did it on he said you did a whole interview. What did you do that for? Satisfaction? Guys, it's 3:19 in the chat. Please hit the like button. I'm glad he said that because Martell feeds all of the attention. Remember when Melody was telling the story about Arionne trying to pop bad in the elevator or when they stepped off the elevator? She said that Martell was like chuckling, like, like he needed Arionne approval. And he needed to know that Arionne was in the same space as him to feel like what his actions was acceptable, okay? If Arionne would have stood there with a straight face, then he wouldn't have been feeding his desire for attention. But because she chuckled with him and they laughed together, that kept feeding his and ammoing him, right? So that's where this is coming from. So Marsau is absolutely correct about the attention that Martell absolutely have to have at all times. And the moment that nobody is feeding into that, he starts his crying and whining out loud. Let's continue to listen.
That's what satisfies you.
Hold on, another thing when somebody that's your boy, and then when they come lying about some shit,
so stop that part. I'm not your boy.
I'm not your effing boy. You heard him. Now, again, I told y'all this in the beginning of this. Why would you think that he's your boy? Y'all had a whole female come do an interview with y'all. You made, y'all said y'all did threesomes, threesomes, y'all travel together, giving all this stuff. Arionne believed that Martell ain't have no part in it, but I say different. Allegedly, okay? I believe if he was there, he definitely dibbled and dabbled. I don't care if he called you in between the intermission, okay, after he cracked his nut. I don't care about none of that, but he definitely was involved, in my opinion only, okay? And allegedly. I don't believe that he was skating scot-free. I believe that if he was with them, he definitely was entangled with them, period. But with that being said, you want to be boys. Y'all not boys. Y'all past tense. Okay. That was a friendship. It's no longer there. You guys have crossed the lines. How dare you come back like you supposed to be my boy? No, he was your boy. You crossed the line. Y'all no longer friends. And he tells you that. He mean that from the bottom of his soul. Let's continue to listen.
Boy.
This is just a waste of time. Right now, they're just running around a mulberry bush.
I don't like lying. I'll sound like the truth.
This is just like stupid at this point.
I bring forth facts.
That's not true. It's not moving us forward. This is just mudslinging.
I lied about everything.
This is clown.
I'm returning fire now. Every time he says something, he's getting something back. Girl that you were shooting your wife with, I brought her to the forefront. I did an interview with her. How'd that work out for you? I don't know. You have not responded. You said you was going to shoot back. So where's your shot back? Because I got some. So where's your shot back?
Listen, all I want you to do.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Marsau is basically saying, all right, you did all that and I'm still with my girl and you still don't have anybody, okay? You still living over here from check to check, day to day, hour to hour, second to second, moment to moment, okay? So how did that work out for you? You know what I mean? And then you got, so the Marsau says that, and then you turn around and you got Martell just start, spilling it. Like, okay, I got some more. Go ahead, strike again. I got some more stuff. So keep it up, and I'm gonna let more out. Don't think that it's over because I got more in my loaded. Okay, let's continue to listen.
You just said, I'm not hold on, bro. No, I'm firing back the way.
I'm gonna take it back a little bit.
Y'all there. Fire back. Like you just said. I'm not hold on, bro. No, I'm firing back the way I want to fire.
Oh my God. Neither of these guys are afraid to hit below the belt. I think each one of the guys are trying to outdo the other, and it's just getting out of hand.
I'm saying, don't say about me. I don't about you. I make videos about you. Don't say nothing about me. Hey,
Marsau wants to get his jabs in. I think Martell wants to get his jabs in. And ultimately, there's egos at war right now. So the better solution may be just them two together, one-on-one. I think that might be better and more productive.
Can we do a respect from here on out? If you respect him, he'll respect you, and we don't have to worry about that no more. He told me you don't respect me. I get it, but just let it. Is that possible?
I'm saying I have nothing to talk about Martell for. I don't leave his name in my mouth at all. So keep my name out your mouth. I'm hungry.
Okay, now if they let it go, it'll be good. But if they bring it back up, I think they all got stuff in their slingshot for each other, right? I absolutely believe that there's more to this story, okay? Martell is a punk, okay? Martell is a BAN, unfortunately, and I don't believe that this is where it's going to stop. And it's going to get real ugly, okay? He says, I got more. And Maurice knows not to say anything because Maurice knows that if he say anything, Martell gonna start pulling up his rap sheet, okay? And he's trying to stay far away from this crap as he can. So if he plays safe in the middle as a mediator, good to go, okay? So that's what Maurice is trying to do. He's trying to play safe because he don't want nothing to do with the receipts that Martell could possibly drop if he has them, okay? So I'm with you, Maurice. Stay clear. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Your brother is grown and he can fight his own battles, okay? So that's just my take on it. Martell is a demonic person. Once trust is broken, you can't be friends. They will never be friends again, and it is not possible. They were all tricking together, but Martell fell for his and got caught up. Whoa, Marsau laid it down. He sure did. Hey, Lady B, I miss you, lady. I can't stay in the chat, but I'll be listening to you. All appreciate you, big heart. Tisha and Kimmy both know what kind of husbands they have and are settling for it. Well, there you have it. It's done with the friendship. It is. I recall Marsau had invested property that's not boss-ish. Okay. Oh, he invested in the property? 50 minutes. Thank you for the reminder. 332 watching. Hit the like button. Yes, y'all hit the like button. No one cares what broke Martell has to say he's out here taking credit for other people's success, but ain't got ish to show for himself. Ooh, wait a minute. Broke, dusty, bald head up. Nanny went in, honey. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Welcome to the chat, boo. Welcome to the chat. Boo-hoo for all the BANs. Martell is an AB'er who was acting uppity off Mel's earnings. Marsau is a Mitch who held contempt for Martell having more and a better wife. Oh, okay. Let me see. Marsau speaks in a manner. Let me see. In a manner of someone that was waiting to see another person fall. That's what you think, Peggy? I didn't look at it like that, but I hear you. Miss Main Event, welcome. We have a $10 super sticker. I missed it, but I see it at the top of my screen. I hope I get to, chime into it, but thank you for whoever sent it. I hope I get to see it. In order for Martell to think he was better than Marsau, they both had to believe Martell was more successful. Lewis, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Condaver? I'm gonna just say dog because I will butcher your name and put it in a blender and chop it the hell up. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Tisha did the poking first. Oh yeah, he let her do the dirty work, but he was hot when she did it because he knows the skeletons that Martell has for him. Jones, welcome. They were slump lords. Okay. Yeah, this is the mess, guys. All right, we got to move on. I see it right here. Lady B, you were the one. Thank you so much. Let me ping you. I appreciate you for the $10 super sticker. Thank you. Leo, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I agree with Nanny. Tasha, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. Arionne and Martell watching the bloggers for sure. Oh yeah, based off that live they did. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Y'all know I'm gonna make it make sense. I'll put the thumbnail out within the next hour. We're gonna talk about it around the 6 o'clock hour tonight, Eastern Standard Time. All right, last topic. Melody talks about leaving Huntsville, okay, and why she haven't, and how many opportunities that she had. But you guys know that I think, and don't quote me on this because y'all know my memory don't be remembering like y'all. So y'all just get me together if I misplaced something and put it in the wrong sequence, right? So remember that I think Mel wanted to move out in the beginning, and because of Martell and the kids, she couldn't move out of Huntsville, okay? I don't know why she couldn't or how far he went to stop her from moving out of Huntsville, but I think somewhere along the lines, that's what had happened. But I know that there was a reason why she could not move out of Huntsville. Well, she's going to talk about the opportunities that she could have taken, but because she's not selfish at all, because she's not a selfish individual and her babies are her main priority, she chose to stay in Huntsville. She's basically saying I could have been gone. Now, let's be clear. Martell tries to put all these things into place for Mel because he wants to stop her from growing. He wants her to stop her from winning, but he's not in control of that. God is, okay? So that's why he can't stop her. 328 in the chat. You guys continue to hit the like button. I love y'all the long way, honey. So she's talking about this particular what she could do. If it wasn't for her babies, right? She chose them, so that's why she hasn't moved. But she, and it's unfortunate, just like him trying to take the kids off the camera and all that weird stuff. And it's like, bro, why? Because your other son is on the camera, so it can't be that they too young. They got exposed and yada yada yada, all that stuff you were saying. It can't even be about that. You know why it's not about that? Because you got your other son. So if you on the camera, so if that was the issue, you would want all of your kids off the camera if you don't like the exposure that they're getting. But because you're so hateful and you want to stop something for Melody, that's why you continue to poke at her, not Arionne. But listen to Mel talk about it.
I keep being asked to move to LA, but I'm here because of my babies. So there are a lot of sacrifices being made for my babies because I'm beautiful. Future. Ain't they beautiful? They are. They are. Miss ever say inside and out. They are. But I have been given the task to raise 4 solid, beautiful pumpkins. And I stand on business about that. So even the people who want to be at times asking when I'm traveling to do this or do that or do that, where are kids? Where are kids? You need to be at home being a mom, baby. If you talk to my kids, that's why my kids don't play about me. If you talk to my kids right now, my babies will tell you they don't play about their mama because they mama off the chain. Their mama gives them a love like none other. Why do y'all think they always all crawling up in the bed to sleep with me? It'd be 5 of us in the bed. Okay, Canada said show them how to work, then took them out to play. They showed them about business. I wish more black families would do that. Show them about business. Baby, my kids outwork half the people on this live right now. They outwork half the people on this live right now. All day long. All day long. So, my pumpkins feel all the love. They get all the love they get. They're a little spoiled. They are. I ain't gonna lie. They are. But oh well. They spoil, but they also know how to take discipline. They also know how to take me communicating things with them that they need to work on. Okay? I just had a conversation with one of them this morning about strength in being able to walk away from certain fights that you're called to. And I don't mean physical fight. I'm just saying people bothering you or talking about you or whatever. Being able to walk away from that. And I use examples of some of these grown people on this internet. They come for me and I told that child of mine, I said, I'm 39. I said, could you imagine if every time somebody hit their live button to dog me that I go to war with them every time? Baby, you can't go to war with people all the time. See, I instill those kind of things into my children.
So there you guys have it. She's talking about why she hasn't left Alabama, and she could have. I guess she mean like she could have fought it for whatever reason, okay? But she chose not to because of her babies. And shout out to her, because it got to be difficult to parent with a dude like Martell, okay? Genealogy, I see you in the chat. Peggy says Tisha and Marsau were tag teaming them. Yes, they were. It was another comment. Arionne Martell watching the bloggers. Let me see. She can't leave because of the custody issue. Thank you for clearing that up, Peggy. I was going to put it in my own words and probably butcher it all the way the hell up, okay? Afternoon. Let me see. Overcomer, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Says the state to another with the other parent. Oh, without the other parent consent. Got you. Okay, y'all teaching me something here. He removes the kids from the camera to hurt her, but instead it hurt her because he doesn't have a storyline without them. Yes, that's true. Mary Brown, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I thought it was my phone acting up. No, you talking about the static? That was from her particular video. Thank you for the reminder of how much time we got a couple more things to cover, and I'm going to jump off. Those children really miss Mel when they are out with her. That's why they are fighting to be all up under her. All up on her when it's her turn. Hope we can make up the mess they have to go through. I'm sure it takes a lot of time to recondition them once they come back, given the different lifestyles they both live. That's probably hard. Did Martell ever get the psyche vow? I don't know. So basically, it's a complicated custody issue, either joint custody and full custody agreement with visitation agreement, depending on the state. The other parent has to agree for the child to move. You know, Martell, is it Timoni or Timani? Welcome to the chat. So y'all know Martell not gonna sign up for that because he don't want it. Everything that he does, he wants something for it. So if he agrees, he gonna want her to do something for him in return. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I guess it's easier for her just to stay in the state of Alabama. So that's that. All right, guys, these are the last two web shenanigan pieces I have for you guys. If you're still hearing the sound of my voice, go ahead and hit the like button, turn notification on, and subscribe, honey. Well, I guess it's the last one because I didn't upload the one with Bambi and Rayface, but we'll talk about this. So you guys know that Clarissa Shields is out here booed up with Papoose, and she's loving it. Okay, there was rumors and speculations that they have separated and they're no longer together, but clearly they are. He always looked so discomfortable or uncomfortable, rather. He always looked like he's just there. And she always looked like, this my man, my man, my man. He always looked like, I'm just here for the opportunity, okay? And I'm not saying don't be happy. I'm just saying make him handle his business, okay? If he loves you the way he say that he does, go get that man his divorce. And then if you are available, because she's a pretty girl, okay, if you are available when he returns, then so be it. But if you're not and you moved on, then life goes on. But I just find it really crazy that, you know, this right here be like the thing and the hype that we are looking up to. I love them. Black love. How do you look up and condone like a married man and a whole relationship? Even though Remy is out here doing her thing, she's married in a whole relationship. I am not excluding that. But this right here looks even crazier because they are really out. Okay. And because she's so young, it's like he's taking advantage of it, okay? And all of the things that Remy have said about him, being manipulative, if she fart, he'll be right there. Everywhere she go, he was up her A, right? That looks like what's going on here, okay? And him, have to be involved in everything. In the moment that she didn't want him to be her manager anymore, then everything changed. So as long as Clarissa is allowing him to get in the middle of some of her business endeavors, I think they're going to be good. I know people are saying he's going to leave you in the wind. I don't believe that. I believe that he has found a bigger bag to dig into, or a quicker bag to dig into. And I think he's going to capitalize off of that. He's even gotten his career back jump started because of this relationship. I don't believe that he's going to go anywhere. He might even go as far as marrying her. Okay, now to her it's love, but to him it's just an opportunity, and he's going to make sure, in my opinion, that he does not go out the way he did with Remy, where he ain't going to have much to gain from this marriage. He's going to make sure that she has everything, in my opinion, signed over to him. Okay, he's going to make sure his name's so tied up in that thing, he's going to rob her blind, and that's just my honest opinion. So they look amazing. She's losing that weight. She's looking, healthy, and she looks very happy. I don't know about him. He just looked like he's there. Okay. But what I would say is y'all just watch this play out. He ain't going nowhere. And the reason why he ain't going nowhere, because he got to get what he came for. Okay. And he ain't done getting that. So he's going to be around for a while. I know we hoping only how that he is not, that he's going to go somewhere. If she catch him doing something, then maybe she'll leave him alone. But as far as him packing his bags and leaving her, we might as well hold our breath. It's not going to happen. Miss D Hunter, welcome. He was on stage last night, though, not her. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I said. He jump-started his career from this relationship. They both were able to capitalize off of this because, let's be clear, we all knew Clarissa Shields, but we ain't know her like we know her now. And I hate that she is an amazing person the way she is as far as a boxer, and we only get to know this portion of it. That sucks, right? He needs to get a divorce first. He does. I agree with you, Shari. Thank you. Somebody gonna agree. He was the one on stage. Yep, their relationship is a mess, a whole mess. Okay, he is still married. Yes, that's it. And that's the nutshell. I know people don't want to hear that because y'all like living all crazy. He's still married. If he love you that much, get the divorce filed. Okay. I know you put up your paper saying you filed and all that, but where y'all at in it now? Like, what's going on with it now? We ain't hearing nothing about it because it seems like somebody done stopped the paperwork along the way. Okay, and let's be clear. The only way he's going to leave Clarissa if Remy come back and say, baby, let's work it out. But other words than that, he there for a long time, okay? He would have signed them children over to me a long time ago. I would have put those Africans who jumped Jesse. Wait a minute. Not put the Africans who jumped Jesse on the money. I would have got my kids. This man may end back up with Remy Ma. That's what a lot of people are saying. That's what I said. The only reason how he would leave her if if Remy, you know what I mean, comes back. But other words than that, he done found his bag, baby. He in it. He was standing behind her while she was purchasing that $90,000 bracelet. And he was like, that's right, I ain't got to put nothing in the bag. And she loved me just the same. And if you don't require a dude to do anything, they're going to give you just what you don't require. A big bowl of nothing, honey. I asked that question, and I believe Mel said no. What was the question? Martell does not even pay child support. Y'all heard Miss Deborah in the background like, oh, he must ready to pay child support. And from what she's saying, knowing how he is, he's not going to agree for his children to leave the state. Nope. So basically, okay, I read that one. All right. Let me see. She defends him hard on her social media post. This is cringy behavior because if he wants you, you don't have to fight for him. People are going to start buying it now, but he's been able to jump back out there, jumpstart his career. Is doing all the loving. Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, we are an hour and 10 minutes into our live. I just wanted to make sure I got everything. We'll talk about Bambi and Ray Face during the time. We talk about Arionne and Martell later, so set your notification bells, guys. This question was about Martell. Okay, psych evaluation. Got you. Pat wants alimony at half of what Remy has, and she's not agreeing to it, in my opinion. Okay, let me ping you for a minute because I would love an update. I would need one. I wouldn't agree to it either. Hell, you carrying my purse is not equivalent to the work that I put on over these years. Okay, you carrying my purse or me buying you jewelry or you looking like you my man and you really in real life tearing me up, baby, you ain't getting nothing from me either. Okay, but neither here nor there. We'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of here and I'll be back to see you guys later on tonight. I love you guys and there's nothing you could do about it. And remember, don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, check meets. Bye.